friends, we have already discussed about accounting concepts and accounting principles. Today we will discuss business entity concept. I'll cover other concepts as well in the coming videos. Let's discuss business entity concept in detail. This concept considers a business unit as a separate entity. Business and businessmen are two separate entities, and all of the business transactions are recorded in the books of accounts from business point of view. Let me make this more clear through an example. Let's assume this pretty girl is Tina. She owes a travel agency named Tina Tours and Travels. Now, obviously, Tina had some tie up with the hotels, so she went to the Singapore to have some tie up business deals. She went there and completed all her work. Then also she had a day left with her. So she thought to visit Disneyland. On this trip, she must have some expenses like the expenses for flight, cab, hotel room rent, or food, or the entry fees which she paid at the Disneyland. Now, you guys tell me whether this all expenses are of Tina's personal expenses or expenses of Tina Tours and Travels. Definitely, these expenses were of Tina Tours and Travels and not her personal expenses, as she went on a business deal and not on a holiday. But yes, she visited Disneyland for her leisure, not for the business. So the entry fees which she paid for the Disneyland will be considered as her personal expenses and not the expenses of Tina Tours and Travels. Some of you might think that why did we do this? How does it even make a difference? Why are we making a difference of transaction which are personal expenses of Tina or whether it is a expenses of Tina Tours and Travels? Let me give you one more example to make this clear. A mother had a twins named Love and Kush. She went to the market to purchase clothes for them. She bought a t-shirt for Love costing rupees 100 and she bought a t-shirt for Kush costing rupees 80. So tell me whether can she say that she bought t-shirt costing rupees 180 for Love? No, as she bought costing rupees 100 only. Can she say that she bought t-shirt for Kush costing rupees 180? No, because she bought costing rupees 80 only. She had to state separately for both of them, right? That is why it is important to make a difference between Tina's personal expenses and the expenses of Tina Tours and Travels, right? All the transactions relating to profit revenue of Tina Tours and Travels will only be considered in the books of accounts of Tina Tours and Travels and not in her personal expenses. We learned two things from this example. Business and its owner are two separate entities. Another, books of accounts are made from business entity's point of view and not from its personal point of view. Let me give you one more example so you will be able to relate it very easily. Mukesh Ambani has Reliance company and Jio as well. Here, Mukesh Ambani is separate and distinct entity from Reliance or Jio. Even Jio has separate and distinct entity from Reliance. Mr. Ambani cannot record his personal expenses in the books of accounts of Reliance or Jio. Similarly, Mr. Ambani cannot record the expenses of Jio in the books of accounts of Reliance, as the mother couldn't add the cost of Kush t-shirt in the cost of Love t-shirt, right? We remember that example. So, Mr. Ambani also cannot record the expenses of Jio in the books of accounts of Reliance because business entity concept clearly states that business and businessmen are two separate entities, and all business transactions are recorded in the books of accounts from the business point of view and not from the personal point of view. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.